This is Max and Mia Podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Max and Mia Podcast. I'm Max.
And I'm Mia. How are you doing today, Max?
I'm doing great, thanks. I'm really excited about today's episode. And hello to all our amazing listeners out there.
Yes, hello everyone. We're so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're listening while having your morning coffee, walking to work, or just relaxing at home, welcome.
So Mia, what are we talking about today?
Well, Max, today we have something really special. We're going to learn about phrasal verbs.
Oh, phrasal verbs. But wait, I know our listeners already know the basic ones like get up, sit down, or turn off, right?
Exactly. That's why today is different. We're going to teach 25 phrasal verbs that are super useful and common, but they're not the typical ones you find in every English textbook.
These are the phrasal verbs that native speakers use all the time, but maybe your English teacher never taught them to you.
Right. These will help you sound more natural and understand English conversations better. They're perfect for intermediate learners who want to take their English to the next level.
And don't worry, we'll explain each one clearly, give you examples, and make sure you understand how to use them in real situations.
Plus, we'll speak at a good pace for learning so you can follow along easily. Are you ready to discover these amazing phrasal verbs?
I think our listeners are ready. Let's jump right in and start with our first phrasal verb.
Our first phrasal verb is brush up on. Max, can you tell us what this means?
Sure. Brush up on means to review or practice something you learned before, especially to improve your skills or refresh your memory.
So if I say, I need to brush up on my Spanish before my trip to Mexico, what does that mean?
It means you want to practice and review your Spanish skills because maybe you haven't used Spanish for a while, and you want to remember it better.
Exactly. Here's another example. She's brushing up on her math skills before starting her new job.
I love this phrasal verb because it shows that learning never stops. Even if you know something, sometimes you need to brush up on it to keep it fresh in your mind.
That's so true. And listeners, this is great for you right now. You're brushing up on your English by listening to our podcast.
Next up is come up with. Mia, what does this one mean?
Come up with means to think of an idea, solution, or plan. It's like when your brain creates something new.
Great explanation. So if I say, I need to come up with a good birthday gift for my sister, I'm trying to think of ideas for what to buy her.
Perfect example. Here's another one. The team came up with a brilliant solution to the problem.
You know what's interesting about this phrasal verb? We use it a lot in creative situations. Writers come up with stories, chefs come up with new recipes, and students come up with excuses for not doing homework.
Ha! That last one is so true. And notice that we often use it when we're proud of our ideas. I came up with this amazing plan.
Our third phrasal verb is carry on. This means to continue doing something, especially after a pause or interruption.
Right. So if someone says, sorry for interrupting, please carry on. They want you to continue what you were doing or saying.
Here's another example. Even though it was raining, we decided to carry on with our picnic.
What I find interesting about carry on is that it often shows determination. When we carry on, we don't give up easily. We keep going despite difficulties.
Absolutely. It's like saying the show must go on. And in British English, they use this phrasal verb a lot. It's very common there.
Next is point out. This means to mention something or draw someone's attention to it. usually something important that they might not have noticed.
Exactly. For example, my teacher pointed out my mistakes in the essay. She helped me see what was wrong.
Here's another one. Can you point out where the library is on this map?
What's useful about this phrasal verb is that it's not rude. It's actually helpful. When someone points something out, they're usually trying to help you.
That's so true. It's like being a good friend who helps you notice things.
Our fifth phrasal verb is bring up. This has two main meanings: to mention a topic in conversation or to raise a child.
Good point. So I could say, I don't want to bring up that embarrassing story, meaning I don't want to talk about it.
And the other meaning, she was brought up by her grandparents. This means her grandparents raised her.
The conversation meaning is really common in everyday English. People often say thanks for bringing that up when someone mentions something important.
Exactly. And be careful with timing. Some topics are better not to bring up during dinner.
Next up is break down, and this one has several useful meanings. The most common is when something stops working, like a machine or car.
For example, my car broke down on the highway yesterday. It means the car stopped working and I couldn't drive it.
But it also means to explain something in simple parts. For instance, can you break down this math problem for me? Meaning, explain it step by step.
There's also an emotional meaning. When someone breaks down, they start crying or become very upset. She broke down when she heard the news.
Pro tip: in business, people love to say, "Let me break that down for you," when they want to explain something clearly.
Moving on to number 7, put up with. This means to tolerate or accept something unpleasant without complaining.
Here's an example. I can't put up with this noise anymore. It means you've reached your limit with something annoying.
It's often used with difficult people too. For example, how do you put up with your boss? Means how do you handle or tolerate them?
This is super common in relationships and work situations. For instance, I put up with his messiness because I love him.
Remember, it always has a negative feeling. You're tolerating something you don't really like.
Our 8th phrasal verb is look into, and this means to investigate or research something carefully.
Here's an example. The police are looking into the case. This means they're investigating what happened.
You'll hear this a lot in business too. For example, we need to look into this situation means we need to research and find a solution.
It's more formal than just check. It suggests a deeper, more serious investigation. For instance, I'll look into your complaint sounds very professional.
Fun fact, native speakers use this all the time when they want to sound responsible and thorough.
Number 9 is get along. This is all about relationships and how well people connect with each other.
Here's an example. Do you get along with your coworkers? Means do you have a good relationship with them? No conflicts.
You can also use it without with. For example, we get along really well means we have a great relationship and enjoy each other's company.
There's also get along without. For instance, I can't get along without my morning coffee. It means you can't manage or survive without something.
This phrasal verb is everywhere in social conversations. It's essential for talking about relationships.
Let's talk about number 10. Back up. This has 2 super useful meanings that you'll hear all the time.
First meaning is to support someone or something. For example, I'll back you up in the meeting means I'll support your ideas.
The second meaning is about making copies, especially with technology. For instance, don't forget to back up your files means save copies somewhere safe.
There's also a physical meaning, moving backwards. Here's an example. Can you back up your car a little? Means drive it backwards.
Here's a good tip. Always back up your phone photos. You never know when you might lose them.
Moving to phrasal verb 11. Cut down on. This means to reduce the amount of something you do or use.
This is perfect for healthy habits. For example, I need to cut down on sugar means I want to eat less sugar.
You'll hear this everywhere, with money, time, bad habits. For instance, we should cut down on expenses means spend less money.
It's different from cut out. That means stop completely. Cut down on means reduce, not eliminate. Here's an example. I'm cutting down on coffee, not stopping completely.
Super practical for New Year's resolutions and lifestyle changes.
Number 12 is drop off, and this one is so common in daily life. It means to deliver someone or something to a place.
Classic example, can you drop me off at school? Means, can you take me there and leave me?
It also means something decreases or falls. For instance, sales dropped off after Christmas means they decreased significantly.
Another meaning is to fall asleep, but informally. Here's an example. I dropped off during the movie means I fell asleep.
Parents use this constantly. I need to drop off the kids is something you'll hear every day.
Lucky number 13. Hang out. This is probably one of the most casual and friendly phrasal verbs in English.
It means to spend time with someone in a relaxed way. For example, do you want to hang out this weekend? Means, let's spend time together casually.
It's super informal and perfect for friendships. For instance, we're just hanging out at home means we're relaxing together, not doing anything special.
You can also hang out alone at a place. Here's an example. I like to hang out at the coffee shop. Means I like to spend time there.
This is essential vocabulary for making friends and social plans. Use it all the time.
Here we go with number 14, take over. This means to gain control of something or replace someone in their position.
Business context is huge here. For example, the new CEO will take over next month means she'll replace the current one.
It can also mean one thing replaces another completely. For instance, technology is taking over our lives means it's becoming dominant.
In everyday situations, you might say, "Can you take over cooking dinner?" I'm exhausted, meaning can you do it instead of me?
Fun fact, in movies, villains always want to take over the world. It's become a classic phrase.
Phrasal verb 15 is run into, and this has two meanings that are super common in conversation.
First meaning is to meet someone unexpectedly. Here's an example. I ran into my old teacher at the supermarket means I met her by chance.
The second meaning is to encounter a problem. For instance, we ran into some issues with the project means we found unexpected problems.
Both meanings are about something happening unexpectedly. For example, I hope we don't run into traffic means I hope we don't encounter it.
This is perfect for storytelling. You'll never guess who I ran into today is such a natural conversation starter.
Let's tackle number 16, workout. This one has several meanings that you absolutely need to know.
Most obvious meaning is exercise. For example, I work out at the gym 3 times a week, means I exercise there.
But it also means to solve a problem or find a solution. For instance, don't worry, we'll work it out means we'll find a way to solve it.
Another meaning is when something succeeds or goes well. Here's an example. I hope everything works out for you means I hope things go well.
Pro tip: it didn't work out is a polite way to say a relationship or plan failed.
Number 17 is go over. This means to review or examine something carefully, usually to check or understand it better.
Perfect for studying and work. For example, let's go over the presentation before the meeting means let's review it together.
Teachers use this constantly. For instance, we'll go over the answers tomorrow means we'll review and explain them.
It can also mean something is received in a certain way. Here's an example. The joke didn't go over well means people didn't like it.
Essential for academic and professional situations. You'll hear this in every classroom and office.
Here comes number 18. Keep up with. This means to stay at the same level or pace as someone or something else.
Super common with technology. For example, it's hard to keep up with all the new apps means it's difficult to stay current with them.
It's also about following someone's speed. For instance, I can't keep up with you when you walk so fast means I can't match your pace.
In conversations, you might say, "Are you keeping up with the news?" Here's what it means. Are you staying informed about current events?
This phrase perfectly captures modern life. Everyone's trying to keep up with something.
Moving on to 19, break into. This has some really interesting meanings beyond what you might think.
Obviously, it can mean entering illegally. For example, someone broke into my car last night means they entered it without permission.
But it also means to start a new career or industry. For instance, she's trying to break into acting means she wants to start an acting career.
There's another meaning, to suddenly start doing something. Here's an example. He broke into song during dinner means he suddenly started singing.
The career meaning is super useful. Breaking into any field is always challenging but exciting.
Number 20 is turn down. And this one is all about refusing or rejecting something, plus one other meaning.
Most common use is rejecting an offer or invitation. For example, I had to turn down the job offer means I said no to it.
It also means to reduce volume or intensity. For instance, can you turn down the music? It's too loud means make it quieter.
Both meanings are super practical. Here's an example. She turned down 3 dates this week, meaning she rejected 3 invitations.
Remember, turn down is more polite than just saying no. It sounds more considerate.
Let's explore 21. Come across. This means to find something or someone unexpectedly, or how you appear to others.
First meaning is finding something by chance. For example, I came across this old photo while cleaning means I found it unexpectedly.
The second meaning is about impression, how people perceive you. For instance, you come across as very confident means that's how you appear to others.
It's also used for meeting people unexpectedly. Here's an example. Have you come across anyone from our old school? Means, have you encountered them?
This is perfect for describing discoveries and first impressions. Very useful in storytelling.
Here we have 22. Set off. This means to start a journey or trip, but it has other meanings too.
Travel meaning is super common. For example, we're setting off for vacation tomorrow morning means we're starting our trip then.
It also means to trigger something like an alarm. For instance, the smoke set off the fire alarm means it caused the alarm to activate.
Another meaning is to cause a reaction. Here's an example. That comment really set him off means it made him very angry or upset.
Fun fact, Set off always suggests the beginning of something, whether it's a journey, alarm, or emotional reaction.
23 is make up. This phrasal verb is incredibly versatile with several important meanings you need to know.
First meaning is to reconcile after an argument. For example, they had a fight but made up the next day means they became friends again.
It also means to invent or create a story. For instance, stop making up excuses means stop inventing false reasons.
Another meaning is cosmetics, putting on makeup. Here's an example. It takes her an hour to make up before going out.
Plus, there's make up for, to compensate for something. Like, I'll make up for being late by staying extra time.
The next one is figure out. This means to understand something or solve a problem through thinking.
This is everywhere in daily conversation. For example, I can't figure out how this app works means I can't understand it.
It's perfect for problem-solving situations. For instance, let me figure out the best route to the airport means let me work out the solution.
You can also figure out people's behavior. Here's an example. I finally figured out why she was upset means I finally understood the reason.
This is probably one of the most useful phrasal verbs for expressing the process of understanding anything.
And finally, number 25, stick to. This means to continue with something and not change, especially plans or decisions.
Perfect for habits and goals. For example, I'm trying to stick to my diet means I'm trying to continue following it without cheating.
It's also about keeping promises or agreements. For instance, let's stick to the original plan means let's not change what we decided.
You can stick to topics too. Here's an example. Please stick to the subject means don't change topics or get distracted.
This phrasal verb is all about consistency and commitment. Super important for success in anything.
Wow, we did it, Max! We just learned 25 amazing phrasal verbs that will make your English sound so much more natural.
I know, right? These aren't the basic ones you find in textbooks, but they're the ones native speakers use every single day.
Exactly. From brushing up on your skills to sticking to your goals, these phrasal verbs will really help you in real conversations.
And remember, listeners, the best way to learn these is to practice them. Try to use 1 or 2 new phrasal verbs this week in your conversations.
That's such great advice. Don't try to learn all 25 at once. Pick your favorites and start using them.
Before we go, let's do a quick challenge. Can you remember what figure out means? And what about come up with?
If you remembered those, you're doing great. And if not, don't worry. You can always listen to this episode again.
That's what podcasts are for. Thank you so much for listening to Max and Mia podcast. We really hope this episode was helpful for your English learning journey.
And remember, learning English should be fun. We'll be back next week with another exciting topic, so make sure to subscribe.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, don't be afraid to use these new phrasal verbs.
Bye, everyone. Take care.